Hey everybody, Dr. Shook here, just between sets as I'm exercising, and I wanted to finish this 5-part series on 5 things that you may not know about Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism. So in this video, what I want to talk about are nutritional supplements. And what we commonly find with people that have an autoimmune condition, and in particular Hashimoto's, I'm out of breath, just trying to recover. So when they come into my office, they tend to bring, I see people that bring a lot of supplements. You'd be surprised, bags full of supplements that they've tried or that they're taking. And the reality is that a lot of times those supplements can actually be making them worse. And the reason for that is because they contain immune system stimulants, or they contain stuff like fillers that the person reacts to, or binders that they package and compress tablets with, or the gel or the capsules have something like gluten or corn or rice fillers. And sometimes a lot of our patients and distance consulting clients react to those compounds. It triggers an immunological response in their body, which promotes the autoimmune process. So one of the best things that we can do is help people figure out what not to do, right? So we look at their supplementation, we discuss what potential things could be. This is without really any testing even. And then we say, well, those could be immune stimulants that could be perpetuating and driving the autoimmunity. So, maybe you should consider not using those and see if you don't feel better. So one of the best things we can do is to help people figure out what not to do, right? And then give them some ideas on what they might want to try. Some things like vitamin D tend to be very, very critical for autoimmunity because it helps to regulate the immune system. Trying gluten-free diets and some, things like that can be reasonable. But if you're autoimmune, without coming to the point of pleading with people to really consider what's going on with their health, you need to figure out what's driving the autoimmune process. Because the autoimmune process does not sit still. If you know you have Hashimoto's, then you're really fortunate. It's estimated that over 50 million Americans have an undiagnosed autoimmune disease. Over 50 million. And there are an estimated about 53 million that are diagnosed with autoimmunity. So of these 50 million people that have this undiagnosed autoimmunity, this is a silent autoimmunity that's ongoing. And those are predictive antibodies. It means that their immune system produces these things that attach to the tissues of their body that mark it for destruction by the immune system. After 5 to 15 years is the estimate that we have, your body will start causing significant damage to the tissues being targeted. So when those antibodies are present, it will start damaging those tissues to the point that you start becoming symptomatic, and then eventually until the organ fails or there's significant tissue destruction. And then, quite frankly, the only thing for it are steroids and immunosuppressants or anti-inflammatories. And what kind of quality of life is that? I mean, thank goodness we have it if we're in that situation, right? I mean, thank goodness that those things are available. But what about, what are we doing for people that have all this known autoimmunity? I'll tell you what we're doing. We're not doing anything because our current medical model is so outdated. And the doctors mean well, the people in the system mean well, but the system needs to be reformed and changed so that people can preserve their health and have quality of life. And that means you look at the drivers of the process. You test for the foods that people are sensitive to. You look for environmental compound reactivity. You look for infectious drivers and triggers. And then you support that person's health to help them remove those things the best as possible, support recovery and healing of the tissues so that they can get their life and quality of life back. I mean, we only get one chance this go round. So we got to make the most of our health. And it really comes down to considering these things. So, one of the most important things is to, less is often more with autoimmunity. I'm telling you right now, less is often more. If you're taking 15 or 20 supplements and you don't feel good, then you might want to consider, are you working on the right mechanism, right? Are you addressing the right thing with all these supplements? What are they doing, okay? So anyway, Dr. Shook here, kind of ranting there a little bit, and I'll stop doing that. But I appreciate you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this 5-part video series, and I look forward to teaching you some more in the future. So I hope you have a wonderful day.